Hello everybody and welcome on back to Borderlands 2. We haven't really uploaded too many of these videos because, well, it really hasn't been much to go over in the past couple of days here. I didn't really feel like uploading just for the sake of uploading, if that even makes sense. I'm sure it does. I'm sure you all understand, but welcome on back. So, why today? Well, E3.
Brick.
Ooh. A pokey dope boom. That's a good one.
I got no
That's a
idea.
good one right there. Cool. We are definitely gonna go ahead and hold up. Let me go ahead and throw that thing on. Cool. I think we're gonna do all the side quests inside of Opportunity as well. But E3 is right around the corner. In fact, it is actually tomorrow. And I figured I would go ahead and talk about some things going over. You know, pretty much, are we gonna be able to see Borderlands or anything like that in E3? And personally, I feel we are not going to be seeing anything of the sort going into this. But I did want to talk about E3 in general. E3 has been something of a learning experience. I think I want to say it like that, a learning experience. And that whatever we see there, whatever we see at E3, we can pretty much expect a downgraded and terrible version on launch. I'm not sure what it is, but every single time I've watched E3, I see these games, they come out with so much hope and everything. It's like, here's the best games of the next year. Da 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 da. And then we actually get there, and it's like, it's a degraded mess. Why does this happen every time? Why can't we just get the games that are supposed to be video games? I don't get it. And I'm referring to things like Division, Watch Dogs, pretty much anything Ubisoft shows. And I don't know. I'm sure we're going to be seeing a couple of other things there. There's a bunch of like speculation of what we're going to see. Obviously, we're going to see Destiny, which people have been asking. I just play Destiny because put me to sleep. That's what that does. Do I want to escort Claptrap's little robot here? Do I really want to escort? Yeah. Why not? Sure, we'll go ahead and do that. But I don't know. I feel like most of E3 at this point is just sort of like trying to win you over with fake stuff now. That's how I kind of feel E3 basically is now. It's not actually anything that you can expect the final version of the game. You can pretty much say, all right, here's the game. It's gonna be half as good when it launches. That's how I feel E3 has what E3 has become. Wrong on that? Does anyone else agree with that? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. But as far as why we're not going to see Borderlands and anything like that at E3, I don't think Borderlands is close to being ready. I really don't think Borderlands is close to being ready. I know there's been this like speculation that, oh, Borderlands is right around the corner. You know, we're gonna see it sooner rather than later, and I don't know. I don't know about that, man. I don't think we're gonna really see it too soon. And the reason I feel like that is because they really want to push Battleborn. And I like, like I said, I like Battleborn, but it's hard right now for Battleborn. Its peak playership has been basically just been dying. I don't want to say the game is dead, but it ain't doing so hot. It's slowly becoming Evolve 2.0, which, oh boy, Evolve. But I really do think that Gearbox is going to keep trying to push Battleborn a little bit harder before we kind of see anything about anything revolving around Borderlands. I think they're going to probably announce Borderlands when I think it's maybe, I don't know, a couple of months off. See, I think one of the biggest issues that they had with Battleborn is that they announced Battleborn like 2.5 years before it actually came out. And by the time it actually came out, it was just like, oh, right, that's a game. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's kind of how it felt. You know, they announced it so far in advance that when it actually came out, it was just like, oh, hey, what? Oh, right, that game. Right, gotcha. Yep. That's the one. That's the video game right there. So I think once we're actually closer to the game being like fully finished is when we're gonna start getting more news on it. And I know people have been asking about Borderlands month. I've been doing this for almost a month. I don't know, people are crazy. It's like, are you supposed to do it for a month? I did it. But anyway, I don't think we're gonna be seeing anything related to that at E3. Those were kind of my thought process behind it. I really do think that they are going to try and make sure that Borderlands 3 has to be good. Pretty much has to be good. You know, I don't want to badmouth Gearbox, but I want to also look at this at a more of a realist point of view, and that the major success that they've had is Borderlands. And some of their other IPs have not been doing so hot. So when they want to announce Borderlands 3, it has to be good. Straight up. It has to be good. It can't fail. Because if it does, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't see the future of Borderlands going anywhere if Borderlands 3 fails, basically, is how I see it. You know, we could forgive TPS because it wasn't that Gearbox love that we all, you know, that we've all grown accustomed to. You know, when we played the pre-sequel, yeah, it had a good first playthrough, but the problems in the game started to show when we started playing through it more and more and more and more. And it didn't feel like that had that labor of love in it. Whereas the Claptrap DLC, it did have that labor of love in it, and you could definitely tell that it was there. But we could forgive them because it wasn't really Gearbox that made that game. But with the next one, if this one ends up failing, I don't know what to say. I want to be as optimistic as I can. I want to give it a full, I want to, you know, make sure that I'm giving it a fair chance here. But at the same time, you got to have like a realist point of view with this. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm not saying it's going to be good. I'm saying it has to be good. And that's why I don't think we're going to see it at E3. And that's kind of what I wanted to go over. It's like, hey, Baru, E3, how it do? How it do and where it go?
All right, great, success. You're pissing me off.
So hey,
For you. Here's your prize.
that's what I got so far on E3. There's really not much more there. I'm going to be doing a live stream of it. And I'm sorry. Live stream has been consuming me. Dead by Daylight. I'm going to say it now. Dead by Daylight. I don't even know what to say about it, dude. Dudes. Gals. Whoever may be watching. The game is slowly consuming. It's like my new Stardew Valley. It's my new, like, crack of a video game. And that has been consuming me. Dead by Daylight, man. I don't even know what to say about it. I want to upload more of it, but I also feel like this game is gruesome, dude. This game is just straight up gruesome. I can't get around it. But yeah, I'm gonna be live streaming the E3 conferences, and I'll be kind of going over and giving my thoughts and opinions on it there. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have for it. I don't know what else to do with E3. I get like less and less excited for E3 every single time it comes around. Maybe it's because I've become like a broadcaster and a streamer, and since video games is basically what I do as a job now, I pay too much attention to stuff. I feel like what I should start doing is the Dead by Daylight approach. And what I mean by that is that I just pick up a game. Like, maybe that's why I feel disappointed about video games in general. It's because I look up so much stuff about these games. Like, oh, this is gonna be awesome! And I keep following it, and I slowly watch it churn into something that I may not be interested in. As opposed to just, you know, picking it up, going at it. I think that's actually one of the good things that I did with Dead by Daylight. Is that it wasn't a game that I had even followed. I didn't know anything about it. I just picked it up, played it one day, and bam. Hit success. At least I hope. Its launch is on the 14th. So I'm gonna hope it's a success. It's been doing brilliant on Twitch. I don't know on the YouTube side of things. I can't really look up things on YouTube. But you can kind of see how well a game is doing. So maybe that's the kind of approach we should just kind of take at Borderlands 3 when it eventually comes out. Maybe that's what I should do with it. You know, I'll occasionally say, hey, here's the new stuff that we know about it. But I'm not going to, like, go in depth and, like, tweak every little detail about it, you know? I just want to let it be what it wants to be. And we'll go from there. Let it like spread out, dude. Spread it out. I'm probably rambling and not making any sense. But in my head, this is making perfect sense. In my head, this is making perfect sense. That we just let the game be its own thing. And we don't set up all these preemptive, like, hey, it's gotta be this. It has to have this in it. It's gotta have that. Because we've gone over like everything we want to see in the next game. We've debated that to death. It's like, oh, we gotta have this. We gotta have these things. We gotta have those things. We gotta have it. We must have it. It needs to be in there. Does it really? I have no idea. I have no idea if those are things that need to be in there or not. I don't know. Because the reason I'm bringing this topic up is because this is how I treated Borderlands 2. When it first came out, I really didn't know about it. I played Borderlands 1. I wasn't a caster or a streamer then, but I played Borderlands 1. I was like, whatever. Borderlands 2 came out. Ended up being some of the best gameplay I've ever had. Period. And I didn't pay any attention to it. I just picked it up one day and was just like, let's go. And I'm starting to feel like maybe that's the approach we should take at Borderlands 3. Just let it, don't worry about it. Let it launch and then go for it. See where it stands, basically. That's kind of that's the thought process that I have now. Because every single day that I stream Borderlands 2, every single day I check my comments. It's still always, what do you know about Borderlands 3? Is it gonna be good? And I feel like that's kind of where TPS kind of failed. Thinking about it now. Oh, legendary. Cool. But I feel like that's where kind of TPS failed. And I won't lie. I kind of built into that. I was like, oh, TPS is gonna be amazing. And I didn't let it just be its own thing. You know? I was constantly trying to promote TPS as the next BL2, which is not even close. Not even remotely close to being the next BL2. But I'd like to hear your feedback on it. Do you find more enjoyment of a video game if you just pick it up, or do you find more enjoyment out of a game if you like follow it religiously, looking at every single update, looking at every little thing that's gonna happen, may not happen? Or do you just pick up a game and you're just like, alright, I'm gonna play this. all right, gonna play this, and then you just kind of go for it. Which has done you better, basically? Which one has done you better? Which one do you feel you enjoy more? That's kind of like the question, the topic. It took us a while to get to the question for this video, but that's what I want. That's kind of where I want the discussion to go today. Do you feel like following a game religiously and critiquing every little thing helps or hurts a video game? That's kind of where we're going to go with this. Do you feel it helps or it hurts the video game in general? Because personally, I'm thinking that it doesn't do it any favors. It may not necessarily hurt, but it definitely isn't doing it any favors. Because let's say we go over some super raid that Borderlands 3 is going to have, and then for whatever technical reason, they gotta stop that thing from going through, you know? It can't make it into the game. For whatever reason, it can't make it into the full release of the game.
Oh yeah, he's ordered the deaths of every worker who's taken off more than 15 minutes in the past 3 weeks.
So I don't know.
We'll be coming around with chisels and firing squads.
I don't know. But that's kind of like the main topic for today's little chat. Like I said, I kind of treat these Borderlands videos as more of a talk show of things I want to go over, and that's kind of what I got on my mind now. It took me a little bit to get there, but that's kind of what I have on my mind, especially with E3 coming out. I might like look at games that I might be somewhat interested in, but other than that, I think it's I'm a very in-depth person, you know? I like scrutinizing every little detail. I mean, hell, when Titanfall came out, you know, I was going over, oh, it takes this much time to lock on, does this much damage, these things have this much health, yada, yada, yada. And I was just like, at some point, I just got to be like, man, just play the game. Just sit down and enjoy the game. Are they dead up there? Yeah, they did up there. All right, cool. Just play the game, man. Just relax, chillax. Just don't go too crazy about it. And I can't really treat these like Isaac, because Isaac, I'm all about, you know, the actual gameplay of it. This, I can't really say like, oh, I'm gonna use my SMG and I'm gonna go check this chest. I'm gonna go look at the loot. I've played this game so much, I'm on autopilot. Literally on autopilot. Especially with the speedruns. I do at some point want to do a YouTube speedrun. I just need to be able to get on the right patch. Because that has been long overdue that I actually do a speedrun and kind of like detail every little thing that I do there. But that's just a matter of fact if I can even remember what the hell I even do. Also, I don't know if I already hit that statue. I think I already did. Is there a badass over here? There is a badass over here. Hey, buddy. Don't worry about that Skype. It's not important. Let me check. It's important, but that's fine. It's not important. Don't worry about it. It's absolutely nothing. I swear, like every single time I load this up, I'm like, I got this. Skype's off, everything good. Let's record. Skype. Every time. Every single time, Skype is always there. I want to get rid of it, dude. Like, I'm so sick of Skype. I hate it. It's such a... Ugh. It's such a terrible thing. Discord is where it's at, but it's like, it's not quite there yet to fully replace Skype. It's almost there, but not quite. It's almost there. But anyway, that's kind of everything I wanted to chat about today. And I know y'all been complaining, like I've been uploading 10-minute videos. I'm sorry. This one, hopefully a little bit longer. We went over a couple of topics here. We got Opportunity out of the way. And next one should be all of Bunker and Angel. But Like I said, I like uploading these videos when I got something to kind of go over. I don't want to upload just for the sake of uploading. I want to have a reason. I want to have something to talk about for the 20 minutes I'm going to be here. I want to have something to talk about. So let me know about everything that we have gone over today. You know, how do you feel about it? Do you think that following a game and scrutinizing all the details is something that's good for it? Do you think it hurts it? Do you think it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things? How do you feel about it, basically? How you feel about it? But that said, that's pretty much all we're going to be doing for today. We got all of Opportunity out of the way here. We'll turn in all the quests when we get into the next video, and then we'll head on over to good old Bunker. Is there anything else? Just no. And then we should have a good, grand old time. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you enjoy these Borderlands videos, please do me a favor. Hit the like button. It greatly supports me. And I will see you all in the next one, everybody. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you all later. Bye-bye.
Come on back and we'll steal ourselves a vault key.
Bye-bye.